Yes, everybody, welcome to Underground. We got Ozzo O in the building. How you doing, mate? You good?
Good, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Hope you're good as well.
Yeah, mate. I'm great. Well, especially after those bars. They were banging, man.
I'm trying.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Right,
So,
pleasure.
your name, Ozzo O,
Yeah.
what does it mean?
Long story short, literally, before God, before everything, a lot of people just called me O. I don't want to say tag name, but literally just O.
Yeah.
And obviously, as I grew a bit older, came into God a bit, people started calling me like Oz. So when it came to music, I was literally sitting, one guy called Zilla, another gospel rapper, was just talking to me about what I could do and use my talent, etc. And then we literally in the car, just thinking of a song, and then he's like, why don't you just, do this beat, and you can put the two Oz and O together. Oz and O came together, and then now I'm here today. Just
Nice.
literally, but now it represents, Oz is more up tempo, and O is like the deep, kind of soulful. Do you know what I mean? So there's like two personas, two sides to me.
Nice. I get you, and you can hear that in your lyrics as
Yeah.
well a lot, especially when, because I remember I was going through listening to you one night, like literally I just got obsessed with Ozzo O for one night, right? And I went through all your tracks, and that definitely shows that kind of variation of feel and emotion. So the bars you just did, loved them. What's your favourite line that you got from them, or what inspired those lyrics? And then also, I got to know, what does B&M mean?
I'll probably start with the opening line. Countless times could have fallen, God picked me up, now I feel so chosen. With that one, it's literally just like God's grace upon me. And it's like, countless times he could have left me out. Countless times he's given me a second chance. And I've done a lot of things which I shouldn't have done in this life. And it's just his mercy and his grace upon me. So that's why it's like, even though I may fall from time to time, his grace is sufficient enough and it's picked me up.
Nice.
And with B&M, literally like on a keyboard, B&M is next to each other on the QWERTY keyboard, whatever.
Yeah.
And because it never changes, B&M is literally always together. It's literally just like, that's how I stand by Christ, or I would like to stand by Christ, like to the end. And that's how it is with B&M. So,
Nice. You're always together.
literally.
That's sick, man. That's sick. So you're a Christian. Big part of your life, obviously.
100%.
Tell us about your journey in becoming a Christian, and how did that come about?
Oh, well, I wasn't always with God.
Mm-hmm.
Have had a little past. But I remember, it was even with the church that I'm with today. I was literally just in some pizza shop with a couple of my friends.
Nice.
And we're looking for a motive, like a party motive. This was years back, but like a party motive. And then I remember my boy was like, there's some church function thing going on. And he's like, why don't we go? And I was like, nah, bun that, man. Like, I can't. Like, I wasn't on it at all. But he was like, no, bro, let's go. We end up getting a cab there as well. We end up getting a cab there. And I just see bare people. Like, I was like, right, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of youth. And I was thinking, okay, cool. Like, it's not too bad. There's familiar faces, some people that I liked. So I was like, cool. And obviously one of the shepherds people spoke to me there. I didn't end up coming, end up going to like uni, etc. But then I kind of realised that they weren't as like on me as like maybe some places, other places might be, like kind of like relaxed with it, always check up you time to time again. And then there's two things kind of happened in my life. I nearly lost my life. So
No way.
Yeah, just something that happened, and I felt like, cool, I have to get more serious with it, etc. I decided to give it a chance. And I wouldn't say that things changed straight away. There was still certain things that was going on, but by like just staying connected to that one person that was already in that church, it kind of allowed me to, even though in my world of wrong, you know what I mean, come to the hospital in a sense. And now I him today, fully serving and doing other things for Christ.
No, that's cool. I think it's good to say that kind of stuff as well, because sometimes when you hear people's stories, as in how they became Christians, it almost becomes a little bit glamorized.
Yeah.
So you go, I was once this, and now I'm like this. When actually there's a journey about it, innit?
Literally, that's the thing. Like, people feel like it's all rosy gozy.
Rosy gozy. I've never heard that.
New saying. But people feel like it's all glamorous and your life's gonna change instantly. And in a sense, it even becomes harder when you live through Christ. You know what I mean? There's gonna be different forms of persecution, trials and tribulations, just like Jesus went through it. You know what I mean? So it's like you're gonna go through more things, especially like certain things where, from a fleshly perspective, it feels nice. but you can't do it because you're in Christ. I mean, so that temptation there is already there, and other things that that build up, and it's just like, in a way, it's harder, but in the end, it's worth it.
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. So if you had like, I've asked a lot of people this, if you had like a bit of advice for someone who wanted to, they're like, so I know a lot of people, I work with a lot of young people, and sometimes when I'm with them, they're like, I know God is real.
Yeah.
Like, I know God is real, but I don't know how to take that step in my relationship with God. I don't know what to do into kind of start that relationship, like what you were talking about there. So what would you say to young people in that regard? Do you know what I mean?
With that, I feel the first thing is acceptance. Just accepting that you need Christ in your life, because if you live in this world where you feel like this and that is like, you know what I mean, it doesn't really work out. But if you can first and foremost just accept that, cool, I'm a sinner and I need Christ, you can kind of move from there. I also like to feel like, again, as I said before, people feel like your life will change instantly. It's all about enduring to the end, and Ecclesiastes 9:11 talks about how the race is not for the swift or the strongest, but it's literally those who endure to the end.
Yeah.
So with that, it's like, you're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, you know what I mean? You're gonna have your seasons where it feels like, rah, it's shaky, but it's literally, as you start, if you can just do, that's why I always tell people, if you can do like maybe one thing every day that edifies you and kind of sustains you in Christ, it will build up in the long run. You know what I mean? It's not like a test, exam back in school. You're not just going to revise the day before and everything's going to be rosy days. But like, it takes time, do you know what I mean? And this thing's for life. Like, when you encounter Christ, it's essentially, it's for life. It's until you die, do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's not just like a year thing. So it's like, don't expect instant change.
Yeah.
It's like a build of things that's going to happen in the long run. And literally, if you just stay connected and you keep on praying, prayer is the most important thing. Just pray for God, because I've said that a number of times. Even one thing I was struggling with, I said, God, literally you have to take it from my life, because I can't lie, I can't do it, you know what I mean? You have to take it from my life. And obviously that side, that you need, my pastor always says it as well, you need a practical side as well. So kind of look at the things in your life that is kind of holding you up on this journey, and slowly but surely kind of ease from it, and back out with prayer, and then by the grace, in the long run, it will work out.
No, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. So if you had, last thing, right? If you had one piece of advice to give a young person in like a sentence, you're a lyricist, right? I know you got banging lyrics, but if you had one like bit of advice that you could give to someone, what would that one bit of advice be? I didn't prep. This is like, I've not prepped you before for this.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Don't watch who's around you.
That's good advice.
Don't watch other people in this Christian walk, because obviously what they look like might not be how they are behind closed doors. Not calling anyone out or anything, but that's literally like, why are you focusing on other people? Because then there's you in your walk. So it's like, just focus on yourself and what you can do each day. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know the life they've had before, which could lead them to this point in which they are right now. So yeah, literally just don't watch people around you.
Sick. Thank you so much, Oz.
It's alright, man. It's a pleasure.
So if people want to get in contact with you, like as in they want to follow your socials and stuff, where can they find you and your music?
Instagram _OzMusic, Twitter, same thing, Spotify, Oz@all. Pretty simple, to be fair.
Amazing.
Yeah,
nice.
literally.
Pretty simple. Like
Literally.
it. And last thing as well, if anything that Oz has said, or any of the other interviews that you've looked at or listened to, if anything's resonated with you, go and chat to us on the intro, outro, Instagram, DM us, go and comment down below. And if you've got some questions about God, let's chat about them.
Yeah,
let's figure it out, because we want to help you out. These guys love Jesus, we love Jesus, and we'd love for you to experience Jesus as well. So thank you very much for being here, Oz. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time for the next artist.
Shout Underground as well, Zar Music, you know what it is.
Jeez. Nice.